match, our first referee, Fernando Velarde. Second referee is Poli Sanchez. And now let's meet the starters first for Chef on a Diet FEU. Outside spiker number 2, Jumel Codilla. Setter number 3, Ariel Cacao. Opposite hitter number 9, Drixa Avedra. Middle blocker number 11, Lyric Mendoza. Middle blocker number 14, Martin Bugawan. And outside spiker number 15, Andre Delicana. Starting libero is number 4, Bryce de Guzman. And the head coach for FEU is Ed Orculio. And now the starters for Savouge RTU Basilan. Outside spiker number 2, team captain Lawrence Senioron. Middle blocker number 3, Charlie Magpayo. Middle blocker number 8, Jason Angeles. Outside spiker number 11, Mark De La Peña. Center number 15, Kenneth Hernandez. And opposite hitter number 21, Amil Bahar. Starting libero is number 7, Jack Enon. And the head coach for RTU is Sabtal Abdul.
Presenting the starters for Chef on a Diet FEU, we have Saavedra returning alongside Bugawan, and they join Mendoza, Codilla, Delicana, Cacao, and Adesir. They're wearing yellow with green today. On the other hand, wearing white with complementary gold and blue, we have Magpayo, De La Peña, Hernandez, Amil Bahar, Senioron, Angeles, and Enon representing Savouge RTU Basilan. As Noreen described them, one of the rowdiest, is that the right word?
That was what was said, no? Them and Central Mall Generals, they were both pretty noisy and happy teams, so that was a good game to cover.
That's usually the type of crowd that we love having here in the Spikers Turf. And so to everybody present there at the left side of your screen, they're all packed together. The fans of Savouge, no? Shout out to them for showing up and supporting Savouge one last time in our Invitational conference. But again, folks, FEU doesn't seem to know that this is a non-bearing game.
You know, I think some way, somehow they know, because they know at least they're going to be number 1 because they have yet to lose in this tournament. If their coach tells them otherwise, they probably said, what are you talking about, coach?
Either way, usually sinasabi niya naman, kailangan 110% tayo palagi. And how about that first point by Savouge?
Again, we are expecting them to go out and to actually play for the fans. You know, they're very loyal fans.
Yeah, Hernandez, who's about to serve. It's John Kenneth Hernandez, the 5th best setter in the league. That's long.
But you know, what about the performance of Chef on a Diet FEU? We're talking about the post-Marcalado era for FEU. And, you know, that's why they joined the Spikers Turf to get the experience and exposure that we always say. And they've been playing well.
Right.
No? Undefeated so far, this young and new team.
I actually want to ask you, as you get to see this combination play rejected by FEU, does FEU need a new Marcalado or not necessarily?
Not necessarily. It's always good to have a go-to guy. But if everyone, you know, just fulfills their roles, like Saavedra, Bugawan, you know, they play, just fulfill their roles, they can play as a cohesive unit and still win games.
That service sails out for Kuds Codilla, who also has had to step up for FEU. Came off the bench a ton of times last year. 2-all as De La Peña serves. This is the last day of preliminaries, which means we're going to be busy this Sunday, Noreen.
Yep. Excited to cover some matches there.
In the quarterfinals, as we see this attack point off of the cross-court hit for FEU.
Yeah, not the strongest of hits. It's just the angle. Look at that. Nobody home to defend that. And as you're looking at some names there, I'd just like to say, we were informed that there will be changes in venues. It will be announced, but so to manage everyone's expectations, some games will be in Phil Eco Oil, then you have Phil Sports as well, aside from Paco.
I understand why you had to remind us that, because when you think of Spiker Surf, it's almost synonymous, no, for you to put Paco Arena beside it. Senyoron gets the check here.
Oh, it didn't look like a check from our angle.
Even the fans of Savouge could not believe it. So we'll have our first challenge of the day. You can see the coaches of FEU sharing a laugh right now. Kita mo naman si Coach Ed.
Yeah, but you know, Coach Ray Diaz obviously not with the team right now, but Coach Ed has obviously been doing a great job.
Yeah. I always look at him and he seems to be relaxed. Very cool as a guy.
Like Coach Ray. Shout out to Coach Ray.
Yeah, we miss you, Coach Ray.
We miss you, Coach Ray.
All right. So, ayan no, tignan mo, relax lang. Cool lang siya. Kanina, patawa-tawa ng onte.
Well,
all right.
Yeah, okay.
Malayo.
None.
I wonder whose voice was that, no? Narinig mo? Nagsabi sa barako, ang layo. Oh, si Coach. Happy rin siya. Nice challenge, Coach Ed.
Well, even the coach, I don't know who he was pointing to. Could be also the other coach.
At least they're having fun. So we shall continue. 5 serving 2. Service goes in. Battle at the net. Whistle blown. Violation FEU.
Yeah, they called an overreach because, let's look at this. Yeah. It is settable. That ball is settable, and the setter showed that the hand can do a one-hand set, and then the block. So there was interference.
I ask you, if it wasn't the setter on that joust, if that was a joust, no? Say, for example, it's another player, would it still have been a violation?
No, if it's a joust, it's not. The violation is because they allow the setters to set even if the ball is like kind of an overpass. They give the setters the opportunity to set it, and you cannot interfere.
Okay.
This is more of for the game against tall players who can always just, you know, interfere at the net if you're 6'4", 6'5". So they're trying to create some balance in the game.
But what if the ball wasn't sent to a setter? For example, middle blocker yung magbibigay sana ng second ball.
Oh, as long as there's no
matter.
motion of setting, it's going to be a joust, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It has to be a setting motion.
There you go. Thank you for clearing that one out, Doreen, as you get to see this attack point for FEU.
Yeah, strong start here for FEU.
We have Dre Delicana, who's about to serve. He is, let me check the age, the second to the youngest player of FEU. Born 2004, not even 20 years old. This guy, by the way, Lawrence Senyoron, he could have played a lot more in the UAAP, as you get to see the passionate crowd, the rowdy crowd of Savouge. Going back to the age of Lawrence Senyoron, he was recruited at 19 in college.
Okay.
And then he graduated at 21, 22. So ilang years pa sana yun, no? But then again, he was done with his undergraduate degree. That's why he's already a professional.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, in the pregame, we said it was a sob story because he was actually the most recruited during his time from UST High, and then the pandemic.
Yeah. First technical timeout, 8-5.
Migs and Noreen on the side of Savouge. We do know that there are golden spikers here on the squad. Alumni exactly, and Coach Abdul let him and Lauren Signoron pave the way in leading the team when it came to scouting the FEU players when it came to their gameplays. Together with Charlie Magpayo, let's draw a little back on the UAAP history. As said by Charlie, lagi silang nananaig when it came to do-or-die matches. And it is the same core players of the Tamaraws who they are up against today, relying on their back knowledge and their eagerness and their campaign on a high note. Let's see the set one if Savouge can put a mark on the foe. Don't forget the Pilipinas app call. Back to the panel.
Thank you, Alexis. Oh, that's what you have to love, no? There are some rivalries still in a way because nanggaling din naman sa UAP schools ang ibang players ng Savouge. Ironically, some USD players are now wearing NU colors.
Yeah, they're NU. That's true, no? Oh, what a
Best
serve.
receive. Saavedra will give up a chance ball. Set up to the slide. Off of the block. Recovery for FEU. Open hit. Ball deflected. Angeles puts it up. Oh, what a fake on the set. De La Peña.
Oh!
So there was a net touch.
But they will challenge both the blockers. Mendoza and Cacao said they didn't touch the net, so
we have two early challenges for FEU, but their first one was successful.
I like the way Savouge is playing today. I'm very inspired.
Well, we did talk about it as well before covering Norino. If this matchup happened at the start or at the middle part of our preliminaries, this would have been highly anticipated.
Yeah. And the results would matter. It would be crucial. Yeah.
If you look at the numbers, technically speaking, there's a chance for a three-way tie. So
Yes.
3-1 sila, no? Or 4-1 after this day. As you get to see, they're...
It's all ball. Good challenge. No, Ozzy.
Yeah.
Good challenge there.
So two successful challenges so far for Coach Ed.
But that one, you can see, Mendoza and Cacao, they were so sure because it was the ball.
Coach Ed is still trying to talk to our referees. So we're going to replay the point.
Replay.
Do they want the point already? Is it what he's arguing for?
It was a good block. The thing is, they called the net violation before they awarded the point, so they have to replay the point.
All right, Angeles, that's Jai Angeles, is about to serve. They're down 2 points, 6-8 in set number one. You can feel the energy here inside the Paco Arena. Gotta love that. That ball goes in. Cacao sets to the middle. Whistle blown again, this time a violation on Savouge.
Yeah, I think they called that on Magpayo. Was it Magpayo? Anyway, you know, you love the crowd of Savouge because it feels like it's a jam-packed crowd. That's how noisy they are.
We're going to anticipate a lot more close-ups to those people at the left-hand side of your screen.
Oh!
Service error. Oh, that was in. And yeah, now it's Savouge who will be challenging. God, that's why it got me confused as well.
I was just looking at that red flag that they signaled in.
Which is where we should always look, though, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's 3 challenges.
And 2 successful ones at that. Courtesy of FEU.
And we're still not in double figures. How about this team of Savouge RTU Basilan, Noreen? Did they catch you by surprise in this tournament?
That's why I always say, if you are introduced to new teams first, then new names, I mean, you're always so excited to cover them because you find new superstars.
Yes. Ooh, was that in or out?
In.
There you go. Caught the line.
Look at the linesman. with a nice smile. I called it in. You doubt me.
Oh, kumikindat siya ngayon sa atin, yung
No.
linesman natin. Shout out to you, sir. By the way, shout out to all the linesmen and the referees. It's not an easy job, especially with the close calls, as De La Peña tips that ball, leading on to a point.
Yeah, De La Peña playing big today. He's playing inspired volleyball.
There's the approach, finding a hole in the middle of the defense. 7 serving 10. Hernandez serves straight
serve.
to Bryce. Cacao with a spinning set onto Kuds.
You heard it, no? Not the most solid of hits in terms of contact with the ball, but it is that angle. Look at this. Just the right amount of top spin in that hit.
The Kuds will now be serving. They're up by 4 just after scoring. His ball goes in. Straight to Senyoron. Magpayo at the middle.
Yeah, that was clear. The blockers of FEU were not established, so Magpayo was able to push it through.
So it's Magpayo and Senyoron who are coming from the UST program.
Magpayo also.
I remember we talked about that in the Challenge Cup. Serve here for Savouge. Combination!
Oh.
It's Saavedra who will put that ball away.
You know, if that's a sign for things to come for FEU, they're going to be lethal when UAAP comes. Perfect volleyball, perfect pass, perfect set, perfect ending.
And perfect return as well for
Yeah.
Drix, who had to sit out in their previous game alongside Martin Bogawan. Ball up by Savouge. Magpayo with a quick hit.
That's a great response for Savouge.
You know, at some point, I kind of anticipate the fans will get a bit tired because they're not just cheering, they're dancing.
They're dancing, enjoying.
9 serving 12. Magpayo. Approach from the open. Low there on the attack by Delicana.
Yeah, hits that into the net. But you know, I'm excited to see Savouge in future conferences because they're a new team. But you see the individual talent. So as in time, they will play better and know each other more. So they're going to be a team to watch.
Counter for FEU. There you go. Back and forth we go.
Saavedra. You know, when I first saw him as a rookie in the UAAP, he already showed so much promise and is continuing to get better.
But this is the question for him last season. Remember? His serving.
Serves, yeah.
That ball goes in. Back set. Opposite hit. Recovery. That's 4 touches.
Yeah, body shot there for FEU.
11 serving 13. Amil Bahar will now do the honors. Straight to Bryce de Guzman. Cacao to the middle. Was there a check?
Oh, they call a net touch.
And do we have a challenge?
No challenge. They call it an Angeles.
Do we have a challenge? Wala. The second referee thought that there was.
Yeah, he didn't press the buzzer, so no cause.
Okay. Order on the playing court.
Play on.
14-11. Dre Delicana now approaching the service line. That's long. Got him cold.
Well, it's just a 2-point game.
And it's only set number 1. And it's not even the quarterfinals.
It's a good game so far, and to think actually it's a non-bearing game for both these teams.
The same argument shall be applied to the game later on, by the way. It's a nice matchup between Air Force and VNS.
Well, VNS did win the bronze in the recently concluded NVF. So, yeah, I mean, everyone was so sad when they found out that they're not in contention anymore.
Right. But boy, did they give us a lot of great games. As now, we just saw an error from the side of Savouge. Second technical timeout, 16-12.
Halos lahat, talaga all out sa training, 100%, nagtiyaga, nagtiis. Kasi lalo na ngayon na mas dinamihan namin yung ensayo at mas hinirapan para magawa namin yung mga hindi namin nagagawa dati. Spiker's turf na to parang process din po eh. Parang dadaanan namin para maging way na mas mabuo yung system na binubuo namin.
Gotta love that from Ariel, who has a nickname of Kikiro, by the way, Mr. Cacao of FEU. Get access to the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference 2023 live and in HD on One Sports Plus, plus more premium channels for the whole family when you switch to Signal Postpaid. Subscribe to Plan 520 and enjoy 3 free months with no cash out. Call hashtag 88555 or visit your nearest Signal dealer. Nice rally here going on. A chance for Savouge. De La Peña with a tip.
Oh, that's his second successful tip. Yeah, he sold it. That's what we can say. He sold that tip.
Look at the approach. And then, at the last second, nothing much there that Kuds could have done. Unless he could have anticipated it since the very beginning.
Yeah, but because prior to the tips, he had a very strong hit. So people know that he can go strong or tip.
Counter for FEU. They've been doing this since the very beginning.
Well, we did hear, in that interview, in that VTR, they're following a system. They're building a system. And I'm sure here's where they want to implement whatever they practice.
Ariel Kikiro, Cacao did say, mas mahirap na kanilang practices nowadays. One can only wonder how hard it actually is. As Magpayo answers back.
Again, this great individual performance on the side of Savouge. It's just so sad, no, that if you have teams like that and then they don't, like VNS, Savouge, they don't make it into the quarterfinals. It's like, okay, we'll see them next conference.
Well, the good thing is we don't have the Spikers Turf once a year. It's usually twice na, di ba?
Yes. 2 conferences. Hopefully, that's what happened this year. And then we have the Champions Cup, which is supposed to be the top 8 teams of the country.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
so
nice.
selected few, and then so when you think about it, it's a process. In the Spikers Turf, in the 2 conferences, you want to make it, to the top so you can be included. Like it's an incentive for you.
I heard something like that in tennis. We're in the, I think it was top 8, top 16 world ranked players would go up against each other. And it has a big cash prize. That's a certain very interesting concept.
That's a great concept for me.
Hopefully we can push through with it. It's now 18-15 as Jeller Talisayan is about to serve. So today he is the service specialist of FEU. Ball up by Senyoron. Hernandez will go to the combination.
Again, Savouge really just fighting it out today. Emil Bahar.
Service now for De La Peña. There's the jump serve. FEU opens up, and it leads to a point.
Yeah, the block actually changed the path of that ball, so Savouge was caught flat-footed with that change.
I remember talking to Neil Flores about this in our previous coverage of FEU. No, he said that FEU has always had very athletic players, and you would see that they're pretty muscular, no, and not in a bulky sense, but they're ripped, if that's the way to put it, no. Would you actually agree to that?
Yeah, I mean, Marcalado is a perfect example. So ripped but lean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a timeout. The score is 20-16.
Mark, wag kang i-chance mo lang sa akin ng balikat mo, paluin mo na. Sige.
Masyado lang hindi natin convert yung mga 3-point natin. Tapos, ang sinusukli natin yung errors eh. Less natin yung errors, tapos kapag convert natin sa point. Yun lang naman eh, yun lang naman.
Go.
Maganda naman galawan natin yun lang.
depensa nyo kasi. Kung wala kayong block, lalabas kayo. Kailan nyo lang magtulungan sa loob.
Pagka nasugal na natin sa taas, sugal din kayo sa ilalim. Ayaw sa bugal sa ilalim. Basta pag gumanon siya. Go! Let's go. Side out nila. Malayo pa yan, malayo pa. Under!
It's a 4-point advantage for FEU in set number 1 versus Savouge RTU Basilan. This is an action-packed game. Obviously, it has been well complemented by the crowd of RTU Basilan. Let's see if they can actually give us a long game.
Oh.
Misreceived.
You know what's interesting, Migs? We would see, like, in the NU side, that Nico Almendras will come in as a serve specialist, right? But we know, he had problems with some injuries, but he would come in, right? Then he'd play sparingly. Then you see Jelord Talisayan, once, I think the captain of FEU,
yes,
coming in also as a serve specialist. I think that's a training ground for these captains. I don't know. I have to ask the coaches, actually. But I just see the similarity.
Well, one thing's for sure, these captains still deliver whatever role they are put in. Magpayo is about to serve. 17-21, that's in. Not the best of reads by Bryce.
Yeah, a clear ace there. Obviously, the positioning of FEU not in the correct pattern.
The deficit is 3. Charlie doing it again. This time De Guzman got the first ball. Cacao goes to the middle. And there's the answer again.
Martin Bugawan, you know, it wasn't the perfect set, but you saw how he wanted to get that kiss. Like, he pushed the entire thing. Look at this, look at this. Whatever.
Oh, I wish you guys could have seen Noreen go act it out here at the sideline.
You see it, no flick of the wrist, it's really push. The entire push.
And it's all worth it for him as Senyoron could not answer back. Push there, whistle blown, violation Savouge.
They call a lifting violation. The ball was in the hands for too long, more than a split second.
So it's now 23 serving 18. Drix Saavedra will be tested again with his service. Here it is.
Oh.
Sharp one.
Oh.
Back set to the opposite. Rejection, FEU.
Great defense at the side of FEU. They were caught watching Savouge.
Two-man block there. Making it look way too easy for the Tambaro. 6-point advantage.
Kita mo na nandun na si Jack nag-overage. Huwag ka nang papasok. Paiwan ka na sa likod. Ha? Di ba? Usap-usap lang tayo sa likod kasi usap tayo.
Kaya sarili, laban nyo lang.
Go! Go! Tapos! Tapos!
Not sure if the fans saw, but behind the bench of Savouge is a certain man who used to wear green and yellow. He's busy right now with his cell phone. He goes by the nickname of Buboy. His full name is Mark Calado. But why is he sitting there and not on the other side? Calado, by the way,
Yeah.
we're happy for him. Well, he was just recruited by the Signal HD Spikers, no less. And he's part of a star-studded squad.
But you feel for them, for me, this is my personal opinion. It's like when they joined Signal, they had this dream of winning a championship in their first stint. And they lost in the PNVF, right, to UST. So you feel for players like Mark Calado.
Yeah. Welcome to to the clubs. Here's Buboy. We're gonna show him in a while. There you see him, Mr. Mark Calado on your screens. The former Tamaraw.
Well, still set point.
Tip. Bit of a scramble there, Senyoron. And going cross. What a dig by Bryce. They open up.
Oh!
And that's it. It's Delicana who will put the ball away. And he gets set number 1 for FEU.
Yeah, literally going over the blocker. But we got to credit the digging, really. Look at this, over the blocker.
So it's half a point for Delicana and half a point for Bryce de Guzman.
In my book.
There you have it. Set number 1 belonging to Chef on a Diet FEU. It's 25-19. The score in set number 1 in favor of FEU Chef on a Diet. All right, Noreen, what impressed you the most from the side of yellow and green?
Yellow and green, when youth sets in, you can see that, they've been practicing all these plays. They've been following a game plan, to the T. Good pass can result into what? Combination, the slide, and they've just been doing that, and they're just looking good. They are the younger team prepping themselves for the UAAP, and what a way to do that. Look at the numbers. It's very close, 11 attacks, blocks by 1, serves by 1, but we did say at the top of the coverage, FEU, they are a young team, but they are able to check their errors, We can see the numbers, just 6 errors. Actually, that game, that against Alpha Omega, they won in straight sets. It's also an average of 5 to 6 airs per set, so that's pretty decent number.
Ooh, what a dig again by Bryce de Guzman, leading to this hit. And that's a nice block by Savouge.
Yeah, I think it's Magpayo with that roof there.
Now, this is the next thing that I'm curious about. Because the teams have switched courts, now the crowd can witness Savouge in front of them, literally.
In high definition.
Yeah. So will that mean that they're going to be louder in set number 2?
Well, if Savouge continues to play, you know, with a lot of passion, why not?
Well, this is the league where power meets fashion. Here's Scodilia. Tied at 1 in set number 2. You did mention FEU's preparing for the UAAP. They're preparing for the quarterfinals as well.
Oh.
Ganda ng pambawi ni Emil Bahar.
And also when we are introduced to new teams, it's so interesting when we find out that this player A came from school A.
Yes.
And, you know, the mix of players from different walks of life, different schools, organizations, and then they come together to play because power meets passion.
Yes. Naibalik mo pa yun, partner.
Of course.
Service error naman ngayon from the side of Savouge.
We saw already, you know, good defense on the side of Savouge. They want to continue to challenge the place of FEU.
We have Lyric Mendoza serving. Ball goes in, straight to the libero. Hernandez opens up. Senyoron goes cross. Mendoza was there. Bit of a chase. Kakao from the back, meeting the corner.
You won't see that often. Saavedra, the one who set that ball.
Well, took to have been smooth between the two in Dix and Scodilia. 3 serving 2 now. That's wide.
Well, look at that reaction.
Look at Coach Ed. He did mention FEU has been avoiding errors.
No, also, I feel like, personally, if it's not a really strong jump serve, it's just the floater, you want the percentage of it going in like 90%.
Right.
Whoa!
That's not JP. That's Martin Bugawan.
That's Martin. And speaking of Martin, that's a 6-point. He leads FEU. Quiet points. Delicana with 3. And then for Savouge, it's Magpaya with 7. De La Peña with 3. Leading scorers today.
Saavedra is now about to serve. We keep on talking about his serves, but he seems to be pretty efficient so far. Straight to the libero there. Quick attack. It's wide. But they're asking for a challenge. That was John Anthony Deseo who hit the ball.
Well, Martin Bugawan denied denied having touched that ball, so we will see.
And Martin is usually the quiet type. Usually pag quiet type, honest yan eh. No?
Usually. Well, you know, now in volleyball, we see the Bugawan brothers playing in the same league, different teams, and we have the Umandals.
Right.
And then that story wherein Sherwin Umandal actually won.
Against Kuya.
1, yes, the championship, and 2, he got best opposite.
Right.
So, I mean, these stories are interesting to follow.
And then you have their sister in the PVL. That's how busy the Umandals are nowadays.
It would be nice to join them for dinner.
That's right. Maybe learn a lot. Ooh.
Yeah.
Martin.
Your ring finger.
I want to see Martin Bugawan's face. Now he admits to it. Usually one of the kindest persons that you can talk to.
Very subtle. Eh?
Yeah.
Boy, the challenges have been on point.
4-all now. We have Al-Nasim, Emil Bahar, sending that to Scodilia. Back set to Drix. That's long. Now Savouge takes the lead.
And now the crowd is alive once again.
They're in sync with their cheers. They have a tarpaulin. Kulang na lang yung meron silang custom-made shirts, no?
And those big pictures, no?
Right.
Big posters.
I like what the Creamline fans do
Yeah,
with the faces of the players.
I did ask what they're called. I already knew. I say knew because I don't remember.
Oh, maybe Sinjan Reyes can help us about that.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to Sinja and everybody in Iloilo watching this game right now. Ooh, what a down-the-line hit by Lawrence Senyoron.
Well, we talked about him in our pregame, and he is delivering. We were a bit silent there in the first set, but here, that was a great kill.
See the libero, Celajes, is just smiling about it. Giving recognition to Lawrence Senyoron as well. There's the serve. Straight to Bryce. Combination.
No.
That meets the line.
Yeah. Again, FEU staying within the system, obviously, and they're really looking good. Regardless of the score, if you're Coach Ed, you're happy the way they're moving.
Right. We've been mentioning their counters since set number 1. Back in the day, we'd call it side out, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been a point as of yet.
I just got a text from my friend saying it's bubblehead.
Bubblehead.
We call it the bubblehead.
Not the bobblehead. Iba pa yun.
Bubblehead.
May bubblehead.
Bubblehead. Thanks, Gene.
Attack from the open here. Another tip. But this time, the ball was sent back by FEU. Yeah, Martin Bugawan doing the honors. Lead back to them. Hernandez back sets. Cross court. Iseo making it look like target practice.
They have been connecting. Again, doesn't have to be strong all the time. It is a point.
There's variety, no, in these attackers of Savouge.
They're really a joy to watch. So I'm excited to see them next conference.
Combination. There's the counter again.
Cordelia is saying, you want joy? Here.
There's some joy from the face of Kuds Cordelia. They will lead us to our first technical timeout in set 2.
Migs and Noreen, Coach Ed Orculio mentioned to me that he didn't ingrain in the Tamaraos heads that this is a non-bearing game. A win against Savouge for them is a must because there's no exception in winning all games, be it crucial or not. With the Tamaraos back in action with Delicana, Bogawan, and Saavedra healthy and cleared to be back on court again, Chef on a Diet is set to continue their win streak up until their do-or-die match this Sunday. Like you said, Mark Calado is in the benches today supporting his younger brothers who, as said by Coach Ed, have done so much training to fill in the shoes of Buboy and start a new identity as the younger stars of FEU. Who will lead their team to the win? Please answer the Pilipinas Live Poll app. Back to set 2.
Well, good for Alexis to have highlighted the presence of Buboy again because Signal doesn't have a game today.
Yeah.
So he's literally here for FEU. And second point goes to what Alexis mentioned about the sense of urgency of Chef on the Diet. We always talk about this in sports, Doreen. You can't afford to lose momentum, especially as you approach the playoffs. Ilang beses nating nakita may mga teams na sweep ang preliminaries and then they end up losing come the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, it takes one game, you know, that could change everything. We saw that also in the UAP before, like the Sal Ateneo. So again, things are possible.
Back set. Goods is rejected.
Oh.
And the fans are alive.
Boy, this is a different Savouge team today. Look at that. Perfect block.
Let's give a shout out to Renzel Antonio, who gave us that point and the celebration as well. Received by Bryce. Back set to Kuds. Against 2 blockers, he scores.
That's a smart tip. We saw, good blocking on the side of Savouge and FEU. Codilia just read that. A point is a point again, a drop.
Would you actually say that most of the balls go to this guy, Kuds Codilia?
Well, I'm not surprised today because he is playing very well. When somebody is in the zone, you want to feed them. Whoa!
One man. Blocked there by Mendoza.
Back right at ya. You gotta see it again. I mean, no way even good liberos will have a hard time in covering that.
Oh, yeah. It was just too fast.
Too fast.
10 all. What a serve. Ball up. Hernandez back sets.
Oh.
Blockers were there. No more save.
Yeah, you love the effort though, but yeah, it was the right call. It was a lifting violation.
We have a timeout. 11 to 10.
Sila sa atin, lamang tayo dun yun, time shot. Convert tayo, convert, may pasa.
Kailangan nag-error tayo. Talagang bawi tayo agad. Hindi pwede magdalawang tayo matatluan. Bawi tayo agad.
No pressure, no pressure. Enjoy. Agad yan, ha? Hey, Savouge!
Back to the action. It's 11 to 10 in set number 2 for Savouge and FEU. This is Mix Gomez alongside Naringo and the ever so hardworking Alexis Tinsay. Later on, Alexis alongside her panel will cover Air Force versus VNS, which should be another nice matchup before we end our preliminaries.
Yeah, what an ending. I mean, like you said, the eliminations. Oh! Whoa!
Tough save by Salahes. Couldn't get the ball way up high anymore. And look at the fans showing us how the attackers of Savouge did it.
I'm trying to figure out what that motion is, like fishing, like throwing the rod into the water.
Made me question if Pagpayo used to hands, on that ball, but apparently not. Service, straight to Kuds. Back set, Drix. Scramble. No more save.
They appreciate the effort, Savouge. They're playing to the crowd now.
Yeah. I can only imagine if the fans were actually seated behind us, we wouldn't even hear each other anymore. They're that loud.
Yeah. But we always say it's always fun to cover games if you have crowds like that.
Yes. More, please, especially come the quarterfinals, as there was a net touch and Martin Bugawan now argues na wala.
Martin Bugawan, you have to make sure you already cost your team a challenge earlier.
But this time he looked to have been more convinced.
What did they call him? Call the net touch on him or Saavedra?
Let's see if Drix is hiding something to us right now from us. This is the time where we usually stare at the faces of the players and try to be lie detectors.
Sometimes they're just so good at it that you're not sure.
Who touched the net? Or was there a net touch? Going up. Going up.
Going up. It is Saavedra.
Was it or Martin?
This one. This one.
It's Drix.
It's Drix. So Martin was correct.
Yeah.
He didn't touch it.
Now, Martin has a funny expression on his face. I wasn't wrong.
That's why I said it. Did they call it on him or on Drix?
Yeah. Good eye there, Noreen. It's now 12 all. Ball put up. Delicana with the cross.
What a whip.
You think he can be a project?
Yeah.
He's tall. He's very athletic.
And I feel he's young. This could be a sophomore?
Well, born 2004. Second youngest in the team. Not even 20 years old. Here's Savouge. Wow, what a counter by Lawrence Senyoron.
Senyoron making his presence felt. Look at the crowd.
You know, I assume that these are students of RTU. They have ID laces on. As a service error comes in, that's courtesy of Amil Bahar.
Well, you know, even though we always say, even though there's nothing for Savouge if they win this, you still want to win it. You know, you got to check those errors.
I did mention for the fans.
For the fans.
Hernandez looks and sets. Senyoron slides and scores.
Boy, he looks really good, you know, when he gets up in the air.
You know, when we covered Senyoron in the Challenge Cup and now in the Spikers turf, I continue to wonder, what if nagsabay na lang talaga sila ni Josh Ibanez?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm sure people are wondering, like I did when I asked you. Senyoron has graduated.
Yeah.
That's why he can no longer play with UST.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless he goes for Masters, right? Uso rin ba sa volleyball yun?
Yeah. But you're lucky if your school offers that. The Masters program. Not all do.
Ball put up by Lawrence. Hernandez opens up. Down the line hit. Tough dig. Counter by Codilia. Senyoron put that ball up.
Good save.
Amil Bahar. Hernandez. Chance ball FEU. They go to the middle. Point for Mendoza.
You knew that quick attack was going to come because it has been the combination plays going to the wings and now the center.
We have a challenge. Another challenge in this beautiful day for Philippine volleyball. Ball in, ball out.
What do you think? It looked good from here.
Well, obviously, it's the corner that's far from us, so we didn't have the best view. I actually thought there was a check. So again, we didn't have the best view. We leave it up to the referees.
That's why there's a challenge.
All right, that was in. Yeah, way in.
You kidding me?
Okay, so now we proceed to our second technical timeout.
Ako, ay, pinakamabait for me, aside from Charles, si Renzel Antonio, ay pinakagalante si Charles Magpayo. Si Sammy Fernandez. Sobrang pasaway. Pag sinasabihan, lalaruin ka niya. Ako, bibigay ko ata sa sarili ko yun.
Iba nga naman ang usapang pag-ibig nowadays, no? With everything happening in the country. By the way, before we proceed to the quarterfinals of the Spikers turf, we would like to invite you to watch the quarterfinals of the first ever NBA in-season tournament. Watch all 30 teams battle it out for the NBA Cup from November 4 to December 9, only on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports, and Filipinas Live. Hashtag NBA on Signal, hashtag always a fan. So they've also advanced in the NBA, by the way. They're closing into that championship for our in-season tournament.
Well, as you were saying that, Mendoza once again with a one-on-one stuff block on Senyoron.
Ooh, what a drop.
That happened so quick.
Yeah. And it was perfectly targeted by Hernandez.
Yeah.
By the way, Hernandez is a multi-awarded setter back in his day as well. So everybody knows. He is of caliber. Saavedra with a monstrous hit recovery here for Savouge. Leading on to this chance ball. They go to the combination. Counter. Down the line tip. It's Antonio. Ang pinakamabait na teammate ni Lawrence Senyoron.
Yeah, just playing it smart, dropping it there. You know, they have to realize if you're Savouge, could be a weakness of FEU or the drops. We saw a bit of that in set number 1.
17-16. Cordelia, nice approach there.
You know, in this match, at least, Cordelia is proving to be one go-to player, right? Like the finisher, the equalizer.
You mentioned with the departure of Mark Calado, it would be nice to have a go-to player. Running hit, ball put up by Ariel. And Mendoza just had to put that ball onto the ground.
That was his 9th point in 4 attacks, 4 blocks, and 1 ace.
Wow.
Wow.
I want to see Mendoza's profile. Born 2003, because he didn't seem to be a regular starter as well last year, no, in the UAAP. If he wasn't even, if he was there, he might have not been there after all.
Well, that was another good hit on the side of Savouge, hitting it off the high hands of FEU.
17 serving 19. Hernandez with 8 excellent sets. At the net, there's the push. No look set again. Nice read.
Perfectly read, you're right. I mean, Saavedra didn't even move. He just jumped, reached over the net, and got the stuff block.
And even had a certain look. Bit of a stare down afterwards. Jelor Talisayan, the captain turned service specialist for today.
He is the captain, right?
He is.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's Jefferson Abunyawan. But last year he was for FEU. Itong si Jelord. They get another block point.
I hope we can see that in slow-mo. You see the way Delicana just adjusted in the air. Look at this. Look at this. Look at how he adjusted.
Ooh, he went to his left.
Yeah. That's what's so good about that.
I'd like to break down the previous block point by Delicana. As you mentioned, it was mighty impressive. He adjusted mid-air, but was it the most ideal way of blocking that ball?
It's, for me, if you're, especially if you're blocking alone, it's a one-on-one. And then obviously Delicana read where whoever was going, right? He adjusted, his hand moved to the left, like swayed to the left.
Yeah.
And then when the ball hit his hand, he directed it to the court of Savouge. It was just great read.
Yeah.
Great read. Is it the most? I think it could be, because sometimes you adjust in midair when you see, when you know, or when you read your opponents.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do that, actually.
Well, some people kasi would argue back to the basics, laterals ka, go straight up.
If you're 2 or more blockers, but if you're 1, you make the adjustments.
Yeah. Oh, that's low. On the hit by Dick Saavedra.
Well, it's just a 2-point game. You never know, Savouge can actually snatch this set.
And with their fans being so alive right now, let's see if they can fuel the men in white.
And blue.
And gold. Here's Renzel Antonio serving. Straight to Bryce, set up to Drix with a hammer.
Making up for that previous error.
Well, he's not sick anymore. He missed them last game alongside Martin Bugawan. But again, FEU still swept their opponents in their last outing. That was Alpha Omega. Misreceived by Enon. Chance ball FEU. Talisayan. Ariel goes to Martin Bugawan.
Again, that's not JP. Because it's similar the way they go up and then they're just so quick.
Man,
what do they do in their spare time?
you know, I actually asked that, and their answer was they play mobile games. I don't know if that helps.
How do I become a better volleyball player? Play mobile games.
See what happened in the previous sequence. Off of the blockers. That's a point for Charlie Magpayo.
Yeah.
Now Magpayo will sit down as Gailawan checks in. Sorry, not sit down. Magpayo will just go to the bench.
In place of a serve specialist.
Gailawan sending that ball straight to De Guzman. Kakao to the middle. Not the best of tips, but it still works.
Yeah, I think just the fingertips touch that ball, but still same ending for Martin Bugawan.
And the same smile coming from him. 4 set points now for FEU in set number 2. Coots Godilla just got a warning. He looked to be very ecstatic at the sideline, celebrating a bit too much.
The second referee said, stay within your box.
Yes. Serve combination, that's long. And that's it for set 2.
It was close until this last few points.
Much like set 1, no?
Yeah.
FEU chef on the diet, looking to sweep the pool play. They only need 1 more set to do that. 25-19, 25-20. That's the score so far in this game. FEU has been winning. So did anything change from set 1 to 2?
Well, actually, it looked like it was what happened was similar to the first set. It was a close match. I mean, we did say Savouge could have won that second set, but then the points just piled for FEU. It became 25-20. FEU looking good, I would say. You know, they're playing. They probably still don't know, you said, if there's bearing or not, but they're playing like it has bearing. Look at the numbers. They stepped on it in terms of attacks, 15-11. They're blocking. Are you kidding me? 6-3. And again, within average, their errors at 6. Even if Savouge has committed 4, the attacking of FEU, we saw the combination plays, the middle. Mendoza with great defense. So FEU looking to win this in straight sets.
There's Derek Mendoza. Couple of single coverage blocks in this game for him. But it begs us to wonder, no, is he going to start in the UAAP or even in the quarterfinals?
Well, they have a few more months to train and to figure that out. So again, this is a great training ground for collegiate teams.
They have experimented well in this league, talking about FEU. Even their scoring has been well balanced as Antonio is rejected here. All right, so leading scorers, we have Mendoza with 9. Half of those have come from blocks, by the way. Bugawan has 8. Codilla, Delicana, and Saavedra have 6 each. And then on the other hand, it's Magpayo who leads the way with 9. Tried to make it 10 there to no avail.
And again, the blocking of FEU working wonders here in the third set.
FEU is trying to make a separation. This is the last game for these two teams in the preliminaries. The last time that we will get to see Savouge in this tournament. FEU will be advancing to the quarterfinals. By the way, the quarterfinals will begin this Sunday. It's only 1 day rest for everybody watching the Spikers turf, as usual. 4 games will happen this Sunday, and then the semis.
Give the time.
Yeah. Then semis tayo. Sorry, the time. 11, 1, 3, and 5.
Yes.
For the games this Sunday. Scramble here. And semis will begin next week with the Japanese team.
Yes, there will be a Japanese team.
That's a round-robin format. Scramble again. Push at the net. Hernandez trying to slow everybody down. Lefty hit. Nice return by FEU. Antonio pushes. Ball put up by Delicana. Kakao back sets. Talisayan is met.
Oh,
great coverage by Bryce. Saavedra pushes. Libero was there. Ball put up. Hernandez to Senyoron. And he meets the corner.
Well, what defense on the side of FEU. You thought it was already pushed over the blockers, through the blockers, but the coverage was there. That was a great rally.
Well, I got everybody smiling and laughing, even the FEU players who did not get the point. It was that entertaining. 2-all. Hernandez serves straight to Bryce de Guzman. Kakao to the quick. That's long.
Yeah, a rare error on the side of Mendoza, who's been playing stellar here.
It's 3 straight points for Savouge. Back with Kenneth Hernandez. Serve, again put up by Bryce, middle. No more recovery here.
That's a perfect example of giving him a second chance. He deserves a second chance. And Mendoza gets the point.
Jello Talisayan now serves, so he started the set.
Ooh.
And now he makes an error from the service line. Bit ironic there.
Coach Ed wants to erase his face. You're my serve specialist.
Serving now is Renzel Antonio.
Good serve.
Ball put up by Jellord. Saved.
Whoa.
Nice block. Senyoron and Magpayo, the former Golden Spikers, working together.
Boy, defense working on both ends of the court, and I love it when there are a lot of soft blocks.
Yes.
You know, it's so nice to watch.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but in volleyball, if you're a fan watching the game, you feel the most energy when there are strong hits. And the other one is when you have stop blocks.
Yeah, it's a preference. Some people like the strong hits, some people like the blocks.
Some people like long rallies, however it might end. Saavedra with a strong hit.
But what a start. I mean, after the 2-0 lead by FEU, what a charge by Savouge.
There's the back set. Drix with the cross. Sabanal now serves. It's Magpayo who will score.
Well, he is feeling it right now. Talking about Charlie Magpayo.
He is the leading scorer of Savouge in this game. It's rare, no, to see a middle blocker lead in scoring, but we'll gladly take that. Down the line hit. That's Delicana.
But then you appreciate the setting of Cacao, really. The ball distribution. We're mentioning everyone in court. Delicana, Codilla.
Here's Saavedra. He's been perfect so far with his serves.
Still.
Yeah, there you go.
No look, Migs.
That's low on the hit by Gailawan. Let me say it again. Drix Saavedra has been perfect so far with his serves. Come on, Drix. Keep it going. Boy, did we challenge him a lot in the UAAP. Remember that?
Yeah.
And there you go.
50-50.
Still a good percentage.
Yeah.
If you date back to the start of this match. Oh, he covered a lot of FEU games, though. Remember that game that reached 31-29? That was fun. As Delicana scores again.
That was Calado. Calado
Yeah,
time,
with
right?
Calado against UE.
Calado. Well, we are tied here in the third set. Oh!
Service error to lead us to our first technical timeout in set number 3. It's Savouge with the advantage.
Migs entering the talk of the town with 21 points last match. Lawrence Señoron decides to not end his conference here, but actually move on to the next. For him, despite not keeping afloat in the preliminaries, they were off to such a great start. This potential is something Lawrence sees on banking on as the leader of the team for this game against FEU. He told his younger teammates na gumawa sila ng paraan upang magkaroon ng magandang laban because they don't want to go home empty-handed. They want to lock in the thought that when it comes to Savouge, di sila madaling talunin. Let's go back to set 3, Migs and Noreen.
Actually, that has been a story in this conference. Savouge is really a premier team if you think about it. It's just that, syempre, nasasakto ka sa mga kalaban mo sa pool mo. Hindi rin ganun kadali. They have Navy in the same pool as well.
And they did actually win 3 matches and lost 1. However, all matches were not straight sets.
Yes.
That's why they're behind in terms of points.
Ooh, what a hit by Jeller Talisayan.
the captain. Well, we have to mention so far in terms of service errors, FEU with 10 and Savouge with 6.
Okay.
That's why you're saying the service errors of FEU.
Well, that goes in for Martin, chased by Hernandez. Antonio gives up the ball. Chance for the yellow shirts. They go to Drix, going cross.
That's a great angle there. Was Kasad, we can say Saavedra, based on UAAP, he has been so consistent now, no?
Yes.
I mean, less errors.
That's what you have to love. But then again, we go back to the last UAAP playing year for him. That was his rookie year. So you might argue, you know, it was his growing stage. So now he's used to the lights.
And obviously, he will be a sophomore, incoming sophomore. They will build the team around, you know, these sophomores.
Talisayan went wide there. Would you say that Savouge has been playing better and better as each set goes by?
Well, I wouldn't say they're not playing better. It's just that FEU always finds the right answers. But yeah, I mean, you're enjoying really Savouge brand of volleyball.
Well, that's Drix Saavedra brand of volleyball as well, going down the line.
And he has that. We know that back row attack.
You know how that guy started playing volleyball? Inaya lang siya ng mga kaibigan niya. So again, big shout out to the friends, yung mga kapitbahay ni Drix Saavedra. May onting pagpilit pang-araw na naganap, no? But here he is.
So the parents could say good influence.
Oo, pwede. Pwede. Hernandez now serves. 11 serving 10. Ball put up by Bryce. Back set, Jelor down the line.
I wonder if Talisayan has 2 more playing years, right? Is he a senior? But then you see the way he elevates. He can be the next Mark Calado.
Pwede.
Pwede.
That's a big statement.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to let him earn the title.
But let him blossom into that.
Yes. At least he has Buboy supporting him at the sideline. We're talking about Mark Calado, by the way. That's his nickname. Lefty hit. Coverage was there. Antonio. Again.
Good cover.
Net defense. Staying alive. Antonio. Ball deflected. And put up by Talisayan. Saavedra. Counter. Magpayo. Nice rally.
Save.
Talisayan. Saavedra. Hole in the middle.
Well, both teams, great defense. But it's just that FEU does not get tired. Saavedra just kept swinging and swinging. And finally, he was able to break that defense.
He saw the face of Lawrence Señoron. By the way, since Lawrence Señoron played last year in the UAAP, he actually went up against the score of FEU. Push there.
That finds that corner for FEU.
13-12. We continue to exchange points. And the favorite term of Noringo is anchors away.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And I will always remind you of that, as now Savouge scores courtesy of Charlie Magpayo.
Boy, he is playing well for Savouge. And when you look at him, not the tallest of middle blockers, but really good.
You guys always mention it's about timing. 13 all, that's long. On the serve by Antonio.
Yeah, he mistimed that toss. You saw that last minute, that forceful push.
14-13 now. We have Raymond Sabanal, who's about to serve. Ball put up by Enon. Hernandez opens up to Senyoron. Just had to tip that ball to the other end. Saavedra again.
Oh.
He scores.
Just so powerful, just getting that through Magpayo and Senyoron. And again, you can see that set was from the back row, but he still gets that through.
The other end, Senyoron, battle at the net. Yeah, that's a violation by Lawrence.
Saavedra showing us offense and defense.
And he will lead us to our second technical timeout.
Since nandito na po lahat ng mga professional teams, club teams, syempre yung pinaka-goal ng team namin is makuha yung championship. Pero bago yun, gagawin po namin yung step by step, kumbaga, makapasok sa quarterfinals, sa semis, and syempre sa championships. Tinatawag sa tama raw na be brave, yung laging matapang sa court, and yung ipapakita namin yung angas namin. Yan po.
I like that Teng Bugawan talked about Angas kindly. He's still a nice guy, no? By the way, Noreen, if you have time tomorrow,
Okay.
the best cheer dancing
yeah.
competition in the country is back. Catch the UAP Season 86 cheer dance competition as you get to see a point for FEU. So that's tomorrow, December 2, no? Our cheer dance competition at 2 p.m. inside the SM Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City. Watch it live on One Sports, UAP Varsity Channel, and Pilipinas Live.
Well, as you were saying that block, it looked like they fooled Bugawan, but then his hop, he blocked it again.
Saavedra tried to score to no avail. Senyoron will give up a free ball. Bugawan gives it up. That's tight. Push. Recovery for Savouge. No look set. Battle at the net. And here comes FEU. Teng Bugawan. Wow, what a dig.
Yeah.
Senyoron. That's low.
Yeah, but great defense on the side of Savouge. It's just, sorry, wasted opportunity for them.
And we have a timeout.
Wag niyong bitawan yung laro. Kaya dapat mas nagdo-double time kayo kasi down tayo ng 2 set. Ba't aga-aga niyong bumitaw, wala pang 20 yan.
Hindi naman masama matalo tayo, basta lumalaban. Huwag niyo ano yun. Huwag niyo na sukuhan.
Napipigilan kasi sarili.
Let's go! Laban tayo!
Well, this has been a trend. Dumidikit tayo sa simula ng set and then FEU just tends to pull away.
And they do it, you know, again with defense, they really look like a well-oiled machine, we have to say.
Substitution now, it's Arriaga. JR Arriaga checking in for Loren Senyoron. Let's see if he can make a difference. They're down by 5 in set number 3. If FEU wins this set, then that's it for our two teams in the preliminaries. Enon with the first ball. Back set. Recovery for FEU. Arriaga, that's long. Was there a check? They're gonna ask for it.
Yeah, they're going to challenge it. They think there was a check.
Well, JR Arriaga did immediately look to his coach for a challenge.
You know, I like, now come to think of it, I like that Coach Ed that was not really honest with the team, because if you're looking at the standings, this could be 4-1.
Yes.
Right? So he probably said, if you lose this, you can blah, blah, blah. Right?
Alanganin pa.
Diba? So it's like, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. You have to win today.
Yeah.
I just thought about it now.
Diba? Either way, you'd want to have your team still be consistent, be that well-oiled machine that you have been describing them. Carry that momentum to the playoffs. And it's going to be a tight playoffs, folks.
It's going to be a great Sunday.
No block touch.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was touched. Confirmation.
Unsuccessful challenge for Savouge. It's now a 6-point advantage for FEU Chef on a Diet.
And this is a strong front row for FEU.
Ball put up. Backs it. Block, but the ball went straight out.
Amil Bahar hitting the blockers. But again, no, for FEU, they always have a hand, you know, in blocking and trying to challenge the offense of Savouge.
Charlie Magpayo doing the honors with 11 points to his name. Received by Jellard. They open up. Chase by Amil Bahar. And that ball is alive. Push. Magpayo keeps it up. Opposite hit. Nice block by FEU. Chance ball now. Saavedra will get it back. Was there a net touch?
Yeah, called on Savouge. I love that save, that one-handed save.
Oh, we've had a ton of good saves today.
Yeah.
Some long rallies. But that's a nice way to finish that sequence for FEU. 20 serving 14. Here's Drick Saavedra back at it again. 12 points. So no no Kuds Codilla in set 3, no problem. But as I say that, it's a service error coming in. All right, Benny Martinez will now check in alongside Mark Sabado on a Friday.
Oh, Benny Martinez was the starting setter
Last year.
Yeah.
Actually, he's listed as the captain of FEU in this tournament. Although they tend to change it in their lists. Ball put up by Jellard. Approach. That is long.
He did go for it, Delicana. He saw the whole 9 yards. the full swing.
Medyo delikado ang vuelo. Ball put up. Martinez, pambawi. That's by Teng Bugawan.
Well, the sail was there, but it wasn't established. Look at that.
And now here's Espartero. It's Miko Espartero, who is the youngest player of FEU in their lineup. He was born a month after Andre Delicano was born in 2004.
So they are 18?
They're 19.
19. Oh, good serve.
Arriaga, just tipped that ball, scramble. Sabado keeps it alive. Unfortunately, he gets called for a violation.
Well, that's fine. We saw he was out of position, just trying to keep that ball in play.
Senyoron will return to serve for Savouge. They're down by 4. Still very possible for them to pull off a comeback.
Yeah, it is possible, you know. Couple of stops.
Lawrence Senyoron 6 points, 5 attacks, 1 block to his name. Serve goes straight to Bryce. Martinez back set. Sabado. That's in.
Boy, these are precious points off the bench. You love that. I mean, Coach Ed should be happy that these players are really just making the most of their opportunities.
Now we have Hero Domingo checking in. If you want to talk about muscle for FEU, this guy is their muscle. You can just imagine how much time he spends in the weight room. He was so ready to serve already, but there will be a timeout first.
Sanay kayo sa ganyang laro, sanay kayo sa ganyang laro. Go! Up lang, up.
Try, try.
Guys, kailangan natin.
Second stringer nila.
3 is to 1, naabot naman.
Run ka.
Kapa.
Save lang nyo ulit sa tasos. Go, lisip tayo. Kaya yan. Hey, Savouge!
Oo nga naman, oh, si Coach Ed, nagawa niya pa ng paraan para bigyan ng playing time yung kanyang second string players, at least for this game.
I think everyone has played.
Let me stand up and look at their bench. Yes, you are correct.
Right now, 1, 2, 3,
Everybody
4.
except Mark Colado. Wala na siya eh. Here's Savouge. There's the back set. Ball went to the referee, the first referee, which means it was outside.
Well, if you're Savouge, you'll realize, this is a second 6 or a different 6. Maybe you want to take advantage because obviously they're coming off the bench.
18-22, Martinez. Back row hit, nice block.
Magpayo read that. One-on-one, solid.
Savouge is looking to give their fans one last reason to cheer. Down by 3 here. Ball put up by Bryce. Martinez opens.
Oh.
What an attack by Talisayan.
Well, after that block, maybe Benny Martinez feeling I don't want to play around anymore. Let's just go to Jelord Talisayan.
Sabado will now be serving. They're 2 points away from a victory. Ball goes in. Antonio checked at the net. Here he comes again. Same sequence. Oh, what a save by Miko. And there's the push by Sabado,
That's
but...
four touches.
Yeah. Can you explain what happened there?
I think they're gonna show it in slow-mo, but I was counting 4 touches. They didn't realize that the first ball had already been touched. I hope we can see that to explain.
Well, it looks like FEU has accepted their fate already, at least for that sequence.
Yeah, it was the right call. It was the right call. I just needed Exhibit A to explain.
Some evidence.
Some evidence, but okay.
20 serving 23. Chased by Benny. Here's Jelord recalculating, and it's all worth it for him.
Recalculating, recalibrating, rewinding, whatever. Same result.
The team captain last year of FEU stepping up, coming alive in the clutch, not just as a service specialist, but now he's back at the line.
Well, match point.
Hernandez to the quick, chased by Jelord.
What a set.
Espartero, ooh, he celebrates, but it looks like someone made a violation.
They're saying it was beyond the antenna.
Okay.
That's what the first referee's saying.
Now the crowd has to calm down. We're all in for passion here and supporting your favorite teams, but you can't be too harsh on the players of the opposing squad. Now there's a challenge. And this is for the match, by the way.
Yeah. But I think Coach Ed actually went with the celebration.
Yeah.
And then when they called it against, it's like,
I want a replay of the celebration of Coach Ed. Referees talking amongst each other here at the sideline. Coach Ed is joking around with one of them.
if you see, can I just say, beside Coach Ed,
Yes.
assistant coach Rene Dulay, who's one of, during my time, he's one of the better setters. I was just looking at him. One of the better setters during his time. He's not tall. When he dives, he can dive from, let's say, the A boards to the midline of the court. I mean, that's how.
What?
But he's really good. He's really good. And then
That's a far dive. Ooh. That's in. That's in. So the game is done. So that justifies the celebrations of Mico Espartero and Coach Ed Orculio. There you have it. FEU Chef on a Diet victorious as they sweep their pool in our preliminaries.
But it was a great game.
Yes.
Just don't look at the score. It was a very entertaining and educational game.
We'll be back to wrap this one up.
Good afternoon, volleyball fans. Just this afternoon, Chef on a Diet FEU swept Savouge RTU Basilan in 3 straight sets. The Tamaraws are heading straight to the quarterfinals as the top team in their bracket. And with me is player of the game, none other than Drix Saavedra with 13 points, 11 attacks, and 2 blocks. Congratulations, Drix. How big of a motivation is this win going to be for your do-or-die match this Sunday?
Siyempre, motivation talaga itong naging panalo namin ngayon, yung na-sweep namin yung elimination sa pool namin. And yun nga, madami kami in-adjust talaga sa laro na to. At yun, thankful kami na nakuha namin yung panalo ngayon na talagang ini-aim namin, i-sweep namin talaga ngayon.
At alam mo, Drix, wala nga kayong talo. As you said, anong sekreto sa consistency ng FEU system sa inyo?
Yun nga, yung siyempre may lapses talaga kami sa mga laro namin. So yun, tinututukan namin yun, kinabukasan agad na training namin. And yun, tinatakpan namin yung mga pagkakamali namin, adjust. And yun, yung pagkilala talaga ng kada isa sa team. And yun, pag-apply ng mga tinuturo ng coaches sa amin.
And that is what you call accountability. May gusto ka bang batiin, Drix?
Ay, binabati ko po yung family ko sa Iloilo, yung mama ko ngayon nanonood. Yung papa ko sa Bacolod nagtatrabaho. Yung mga kaibigan ko sa Shubalo Gamers, COD players. Tapos mga family ng teammates ko, yung family ng coaches ko. And thank you sa buong FEU community.
At sa family ni Drix, maayong hapon sa inyo. And with that, congratulations to the rest of the Tamaraos. We have the Philippine Air Force and the VNS going up against each other. Stay tuned.
All right. So by the way, FEU will be taking on Perpetual come the quarterfinals this Sunday, and it's do or die. So that's it. You lose one game and you're done, even after sweeping our pool play. Noreen, your thoughts again about set number 3?
Well, again, it is just 3 sets, but the quality of the sets we have to say has been really good. We have to give it to Savouge as they bow out of the Spikers turf after today's loss. But again, ako personally, I'm very excited to see them because there are a bunch of guys from different teams or different places that came together, but they showed, you know, that they can be good and they can get better. Let's look at the numbers there. Attacks, obviously dominating performance by FEU. Opponents' errors, FEU had more out of system, out of average. But yeah, I mean, they looked really good. FEU sweeping the eliminations, and they're just excited probably for the quarterfinals on Sunday.
Yes, and again, 4 games will happen this Sunday. That's 11, 1, 3, and 5 p.m. respectively. But this is the game that will wrap up our preliminaries. A nice matchup between Philippine Air Force following the 47-point explosion by Randan Abdilia against the ever so unpredictable Volleyball Never Stops squad. So there you have it, FEU versus Perpetual. That will be the matchup in the quarterfinals. As we thank you for joining us. For Alexis Tinsay and Noreen Go, my name is Mix Gomez. And stay tuned for more of your 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference.